Okay. We'll talk to y'all about reparations. The reason why the quote unquote African American cannot get reparations is because we are reparations. We are the reparations. You say, all right, what are you talking about? What do you mean, Darius? We are the reparations. All right. So, I'm going to get to the explaining why we are reparations, and then I'll expound on it, right? We are reparations because every other group that has come into this country, right, that in the early 1900s, late 1800s, the 40s, the 60s, 70s, when big groups of people came over here from different countries and were impoverished, disenfranchised. Mind you, we were just coming out of, slavery and whatever they call it, depression happened in the early 1900s. It was already ships and ships of immigrants coming to this country. Italians, Russians, the Ukrainians, the Czechoslovakians, the English, the British, the Irish, the Saudi Arabian, the Indian, from India. You can go on and on. The Uzbeks from Uzbekistan, the Kazakhstanians from Kazakhstan. I can go on and on, right? The people coming over in the ships. They showed us this in school. They see the Statue of Liberty. They get the feeling of hope in their heart. All those groups, they gave. Fuck is called. They gave black people to those groups. Instead of, like, they gave them checks and all kind of shit. They gave them money too. But their real bounty, their 40 acres and a mule, was they gave them the black people. You say, why you say we give it to somebody else? How the fuck are we? I go to work every day, nigga. I'm not giving to anyone. You look at your neighborhoods, all of them. All of them. You don't own none of the properties. You don't own the places that you shop at mainly, where you spend your money. Let's just stay there, right? The bank may own your house, right? Let's stick to where you spend your money in the proximity of where you live, being brown. It's always with another race. Some of y'all out here, new age, make the concerted effort to buy black products and all that. I'm not discouraging that. Since you've been a child, and since your grandmother's been a child, there's been an Asian corner store, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Filipino in some form of fashion, or Arabian, Saudi Arabian, Lebanese, Iranian, right? Families from Iraq, families from Syria. You get the Africans come over, the Cape Verdeans, right? The Kenyans, the South Americans, I mean the South Africans. We were given to those groups. They were allowed to come into our neighborhoods, right? And make sure that the money that comes into those neighborhoods from government, from child support, from welfare, from your just regular working paycheck, from SSI, from disability, all this money that is drug dealing. Let's not throw out the drug dealing. Let's throw that in there too. Because that generates a lot of money, regardless if it's perpetuating a horrible cycle of a snake eating its own tail. We'll keep that in mind as well, the snake eating its own tail. But all that money goes out of your neighborhood. It doesn't come back in for the elderly, for the children to have recreation. This is not a conversation that I have learned, like I listen to other scholars or black people. This is the simplicity of your life. I don't need to watch YouTube. I don't need to watch a motivational speaker on black people to give you this knowledge. This is our everyday walking fucking step. So you say, where does this come from? I just look at where I'm at. I see what's going on. We are the reparations. We are the bounty. We are the booty. That's pirate talk right there. We're the booty. We are the thing that was given. Now you understand why we can't get, because we were given. And then we don't understand who we were given to. We are also taught, when I say I'm going to expound on this, right, back to the expounding part. We're also taught to not claim the land that we stand on. We're taught about Africa and that we were slaves, because we were slaves. That's not a misnomer. We didn't choose to do that either, Kanye. But we were slaves. It's just that we weren't slaves from Africa. None of us look African. They have a much deeper, darker hue of brown and a darker skin tone. They called us the red man for a reason. And this is for my people who understand their genealogy, not through ancestry and those who done their family research, who's listened to their grandparents. And the people who can just take recognition for what it is instead of like always want to combat something. You get new knowledge, you eat it, you deal with it. I'm sorry if your mind been poisoned and you think you from fucking Africa or your ancestors. You got your family ain't never talked about that shit your whole life. They ain't never said down the line, Auntie Klu over there, and she had a lineage of family. Yeah, you ain't never heard none of them stories. Matter of fact, a lot of you so-called black people, y'all lineage and y'all family line got so much land here in the United States is fucking crazy. And y'all know this to be true. You know, I'm speaking fact, how much land your family has. Some of y'all. Your family got all that land passed down. A lot of it is for the white folks even came over here and colonized. And you still think you from Africa. Shit's deep. See, the Africa concept, y'all think that shit started like when we was in slavery. No. You wasn't writing your books out coming out of slavery or in slavery. You wasn't writing down your information. The white man was telling you what was reality when coming out of slavery. Your school systems, they implemented. So in the 40s, I think in the like late 40s, mid 50s is when they implemented this thought of out of Africa. This Pan-Africanism and all this shit that comes along with it. We're not from Africa. But you say, Darius, why you make that point? Because recording while charging. All right, as long as we can keep going, that's all that matters. You say, Darius, because look, if you don't claim the land that you stand on, you can't. You can't. If you don't claim the land that you stand on, you have no ownership. If you think you're from some, this is what I'm trying to say. How I'm trying to word it. If you think you're from somewhere else, you would not think to claim the land you stand on. Indigenous Turtle Island. Do your research. Just type in Google Turtle Island, or go to YouTube, or go to fucking anywhere you can. Wikipedia. I don't know, motherfucker. Research Turtle Island. Research the indigenous people to Turtle Island. See if you could trace your lineage back to those motherfuckers. In my last video, when I was trying to make this and shit, my battery, storage, all that, I did this. I'm black as hell. Y'all know I'm one of the blackest fucking people y'all know. Why the inside of my arm red? That's my skin complexion. Right? Don't match with my brown face that's been, getting melanated and beautified by the glorious sun that feeds us. But that's my skin tone. The under hue